Miss any part of today's show? Catch up anytime on the Ace and TJ Family app or wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Oh, here we are.
The boy and his guitar. Oh,
Little boy and his guitar. It is one of the most special times of the week for all of us on the Ace and TJ show. The week that was pop culture, the week that was the Ace and TJ show reviewed for us in song.
Hold on a second. Riggins reminds me of like the youth pastor at camp when he's sitting there with his little acoustic guitar ready to play and sing.
Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. Our God is an awesome God.
We give you Riggins in the week in review.
And this is my song. It's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. And no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you. It feels like it. It's the Super Bowl this weekend. Ticket prices are just insane. If I had $8,000 in Vegas, I wouldn't be sitting at a football game. It's the Chiefs and the 49ers. I don't give two hoots because the real winners of the Super Bowl are the Las Vegas prostitutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to make out bandits.
Taylor Swift will be flying to Vegas shortly. That's the rumor that's being spread. So welcome to the Taylor Bowl. Your precious football is officially dead. And this is my song. It's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you. Disney announced Toy Story 5 will be out in 2026. That's what Disney does. I'm picturing 40-year-old Rob in the theater just sobbing over Buzz. To infinity and beyond. I hope they don't screw it up and all of the drama that'll bring. Removing Woody's cowboy hat, revealing blue hair and a septum ring. Ace is going to WWE SmackDown tonight. I'm more jealous than I'm used to admitting. Ace, where are your seats?
I don't.
It doesn't matter where you're sitting. And this is my song. It's called A Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you. Today is National Pizza Day. I am a pizza lover, but I'm thinking about the day when a girl called me a pizza face, which took me about a decade to recover. I had acne throughout high school, huge pimples that would swell and ooze. Then my mom got me Pond's cold cream, maybe the worst thing you could use. I swear. I got you this. Thanks. Didn't work. Ace is still recovering from his second vasectomy. At least that's what I heard. His crotch looks like a jack-o'-lantern that's still on the porch on December 3rd. And this is my song. It's called A Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you. This weekend is National Shut-In Visitation Day. Thought this might be interesting to you. And Tech D Rob, just a heads up, I'll be over right around 2. In reality, Rob's more active than most of us. In case you didn't know, Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, that's a nerd that's on the go. And this is my song, it's called A Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you.
Thank you, Brother Riggins.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that message this morning.
We're going to gather in the... Praise be.
There is something that gets made fun of all the time. Some activity that a certain group of people, they just love doing it. It's their life. But I could see myself doing this as well. And I'm usually known as the coolest person in all of America.
The coolest.
So, what is this activity? And won't you join me? Won't you join me, brothers and sisters? We'll talk about that next.
Share Funny is now a little extra. the extra funny podcast coming up at 9 a.m. live on the Ace and TJ Family app and anytime wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
All guests of the Ace and TJ show stay at the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. Beautiful rooms, incredible dining options. Book your room by calling 980-299-7123. It's the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group. Attention Charlotte, treat yourself to a delicious meal that's made with fresh, seasonal ingredients and ready in just 20 minutes. Enjoy a fine dining experience without ever leaving your home. Head over to tableandtwine.com.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
Winter is here, which means you're just going to stay inside and not do anything fun and exciting, right? No, that is wrong, because this year you're going to go to acetj.com/Gaston and see all of the incredible things that you can do right now in Gaston County. Everything is laid out for you, from things to do, to restaurants, to bars, to shopping, to unique weekend activities. And we'll get you ready for the spring and the summer with a list of all their great festivals. Find all of this and much more at acetj.com/Gaston.
Available when you want, how you want, on the Ace and TJ Family app. This is the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show.
When is that $10,000 thing?
You have
Ace,
Thursday morning at 10
to get your
deadline
entry,
to get your entry
in for 100 words or less as to how $10,000 could make a big positive influence in your life and possibly the lives of others. And we're going to dole it out with our charity, Peyton's Promise. I mean, if you're good enough. Yep. I mean, don't call in here or write in here with some kind of selfish business. Like, it would change my life because I'd be able to get the new wardrobe I'm wanting from H&M. Your heart's got to be in the right place, and you got to need help. So you can. Where's the acetj.com/first.
Or any of our social media. You can just click the link on the top of any of our social media. It's pinned at the top of everything.
MySpace is a social media.
We are no longer on MySpace.
I know, because we need to get with it. We We didn't pay the MySpace bill, and they cut us off. So there was a guy somewhere, at some time, I don't know. I read the story the other day, and it's not important. The thing is that he was out along the banks of a river with his metal detector trying to find treasures, and he found a man's wedding ring. He got it home, dusted it off, cleaning it up, and saw that there was a date on the inside of it with the person's initials or something, or their name, and he was able to track down the person it belonged to, and it was a woman. And he told her, I have this ring, and it's got the date and your name and whatever else in it. And she said, that's okay. You can keep it. I don't want it. And he said, why? She said, well, I'm no longer married to that man, and he must have thrown it in the river when we got divorced. So,
Oops.
you got your own personal little sign of symbolism there, just to stand there and throw it off, into the water. That's the end of it right there. Now, you wouldn't do that as much with a woman's wedding ring because they're more expensive than men's. Yeah. But so he probably had, by the time they cleaned it up and everything, it may have been $100 worth of whatever. So she said, "Yeah, I don't want that." But as I was reading the story, the important thing is that has always sounded fun to me, to have a metal detector and walk around looking for things. Like I would easily be, and I've said it before, I would easily be one of those guys walking around with a metal detector, maybe not on the beach as much, but out on like trails and things like that, like at the state parks and all, when people lose things or whatever, maybe find somebody's baby spoons or something that they lost at camp.
I just think that's one of those things, TJ, that you would do if you hadn't found anything of value or anything cool by the second time. You'd be like, "I give up on that. I'm done."
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's got me written all over it because it's something you do in solitude.
Right.
You can just go out at your own pace and do whatever. There's not somebody standing there expecting anything from you. I don't like when people expect things from me.
Yeah.
That's too hard. People expecting stuff. Like those people in my house, always expecting something from me. No. But I could now, just because I would have the metal detector doesn't mean I would have to be wearing Teva Velcro sandals with black socks and that whole, the stereotype that you think about or people talk about with the metal detector. I'd go all over town with that thing. I'd come in here every day, scan y'all down. Say, how many quarters you got in your pocket?
Let me hit the parking lot real quick and see if I can find some loose change out here.
How much are they? I bet the good ones are expensive, aren't they?
Yeah, I was just looking. I mean, you can get one under $100.
Yeah, but a good one.
Do you need a good one first time?
Well, yeah. I want to find stuff way down there that I really have to work at digging to get. That's what would be the thing. I didn't think about that. If it's not right on the surface pretty much of the ground and I got to start digging a lot, then I'll be out. I'd say, all right, we need to sell the metal detector.
Yeah, they got a couple of these. I just looked it up that are like $4,000.
There we go.
Some are $400.
That's what we're talking about. I want the Bluetooth headphones, the whole thing.
Yeah, it all depends. And some of them have, your phone connects into it, so you can. So as you're moving, you're at your phone right in front of you. Anywhere from $350 to $4,000. It's crazy.
That's gonna be me. Once I get the money for that, I'm gonna be Mr. Metal Detector.
That's it.
And you would do it on the beach?
I'd do it everywhere, Brother Ace.
Even though
I'd be out there in my yard, I'd be out in my neighbor's yard.
But even though the thing you love about the beach is just sitting in the chair, you would still give it a go for a little while?
Yeah. Because I don't like it when it doesn't look right when men are lying on their stomach in the sun to get sun on their backs.
Okay.
That doesn't look right. So when I needed my back to be exposed to the sun a little bit, I'd go get the metal detector and walk.
Got it.
Get out there.
Okay.
Have y'all ever thought about that, men laying on their stomach?
No. I know that I know I hate it.
Yeah.
No. I'm not tanning my back. Who needs to see your back?
Right. But, I mean, everybody else at the beach sees it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, men shouldn't be lying on their stomachs in the sun.
Okay.
Remember that. If you're going to do that, then you might as well just be out there eating pasta salad and cake with no icing. It's a woman thing.
Sounds pretty nice.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
I have a question for the ladies. When it comes to the proposal of marriage from the man you love so much, what would make the proposal better than what he could possibly do, or what is the trend now? We'll find out coming up next.
Don't miss the Extra Funny podcast coming up at 9 a.m. Eastern. Live on the Ace and TJ Family app or download anytime wherever you get podcasts. More Ace and TJ coming up.
When it comes to your money and things like a cash out refi, you hear a lot of stuff these days. Information is flying around, but here's the bottom line. You want someone you can trust. Well, here is someone that we trust. Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Companies. We worked with Richard for years, and you know all the ins and outs, and more importantly, you give everybody options.
That's right. We have a lot of options. You know, this one lady, we just refinanced her house, paid off all of her credit card debts. She even paid her car off. She's saving $1,000 a month. So that really changes her life and her, you know, her financial well-being.
Yeah.
And she didn't have to make a house payment until 2024. So, I mean, there's not a better time to do it is when you need the extra money every month.
They call it cash out, is what we call it in the business.
Cash out.
Cash out.
That's right. Cash out.
So it's one free 5-minute phone call right now, 704-800-4719, 704-800-4719, or go to homewithrichard.com. Do it today. You'll be so glad you did. The Richard Toccato Companies. Should you buy? Should you sell? How do I present my house if I do want to sell it? All of those questions can be answered by the experts, and they can take care of you with the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. The Temple team knows everything there is to know about selling, marketing, and buying houses. So get in touch with them today at acetj.com/Temple team. The Temple team at Keller Williams Realty.
Bradham Brothers offers heating, air, and electrical installation and service that you can trust. Their family business has served thousands of customers with honesty and a smile for over 50 years. Go to bradhambrothers.com to schedule service or a free estimate today.
It's a new year, which means new you. No, not if you've got nagging pain. That means we want old you before you had that pain. And it's possible without surgery, without medication, without downtime, thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic. I am a Neogenics client. I am a Neogenics lover because they fixed my left wrist. And you can get a free consultation right now. Call 704-727-6551 or online at acetj.com/Neogenics, Neogenics. Great food, great drinks, great service, and great atmosphere. You can find them all at one place. Fahrenheit on South Caldwell in Uptown Charlotte, 21 stories above the city. Get details and make reservations at acetj.com/Fahrenheit.
From the Calitrin Studios, Calitrin is the safe and effective way to lose weight. Find out more about Calitrin at acetj.com/weight loss. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
You know, I'm only interested in the stories that are important to the country. You know, real news stories that we need to have in order to really live our lives in the best possible way. You know, in a civil society.
Okay.
So the other day, when I saw this story, I don't know why the network news people and the cable news people and all weren't wall to wall on it. It was some fella who was proposing to his girlfriend, and he went and got a huge "Will you marry me" tattoo on his thigh. That the tattoo was stick people down, when the guy down on a knee, and then the girl stick person standing up, like, and it says, "Will you marry me?" And then when he proposed, you see he's pulled down his pants and he's holding the wedding ring up beside his tattoo on his big hairy leg.
So
it's like, how romantic is that? I want to sit here and watch you pull your pants down to say, "Will you marry me?" through a tattoo.
And does that mean he's kind of holding the ring down?
Yeah, he's holding the ring by
close to his
leg.
crotch?
On the outside of his leg.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it got me to thinking about these big proposals that people go through. Would a woman rather, like with this woman, you got to figure that tattoo costs a couple of $100, right?
Yeah,
to cover his whole thigh like
Absolutely.
that.
More than that, probably.
Even though it's stick people, not necessarily the best artist rendition of a proposal, still had to be a couple of $100. Would she have rather him skip that and put that money toward buying a better ring?
Yeah, probably so.
Or when the guy goes to all these, expenses to propose and all of that, and he's not rich and they can't just have that kind of money to blow on things, would she rather have that put into a ring rather than a big, elaborate proposal? What percentage of women do you think would rather have the better ring and not a lavish proposal?
Yeah, I think that's probably.
I think you're on something.
True.
Yeah, that's good.
How much does it cost to put something up on a jumbotron? Does the stadium charge you for that?
Probably so. It can't be that much because people do it all the time. It's like what? It's like I don't know.
I know whenever I
75
proposed to my wife, the banner plane that I rented to do it was just a couple of $100.
Is that all?
Yeah. But the mistake I made is that I had it fly over our apartment, mine and Ace's apartment at the time. But I didn't realize that we would have to go outside for it to work.
Oh, yeah.
So I just wasted my money and ended up just having to say, "Will you marry me? Here's the ring. I need an answer right now." That kind of thing, or at least COB. But if you're spending money on all of that stuff, the trip and the being at this place and ordering a special cake at the restaurant that you've got the reservation, fancy dinner, everything's got to be perfect, champagne. You look at, say, $500.
Yeah.
And that $500 is not that easy to come by.
Yeah.
When you rather have that in the ring.
In that case, I don't think so, because I don't think $500 will make that big a difference in the ring. So they would take the experience, the memory that would last longer of having a more lavish proposal.
Yeah.
Yeah, different than the tattoo. I think tattoos, she's certainly
But-
like, dang, I wish you would have put it in the ring.
Okay, let's say that the elaborate proposal is enough to take her from one size diamond to the next. That's the difference is just one size bigger diamond.
Yeah. Then I think maybe might prefer the larger ring, the better ring in a simple proposal.
Rather than the full all attention on me, and this is what he did for me to be romantic and all of that. But I think it comes down to which one is received more as an act of service.
What do you mean?
Women love the acts of service. That's a love language kind of thing. Like, does it tell the world more about his love for me if he buys me a bigger diamond, or if he goes to this elaborate proposal? What is the world going to think about that? Are they really going to think that even if I have a smaller ring, the fact that he did all of this, to show me how much he loves me and to propose to me, make the night so special, that really is a reflection of me into what he's willing to go through to have me.
So you're asking, are you think then, TJ, if I'm understanding correctly, that whatever makes her look better to the outside
Yes.
world is
Yes.
what she would prefer?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Because I think they would rationalize it by saying, I can upgrade a ring later.
Oh.
But, this is going to go viral, what we're doing here. All of my friends are going to be jealous who got regular proposals. Oh. So, ladies, what do you think? Quickly, if you want to send us a DM and tell us what your thoughts are on that. Would you rather have one size up in the diamond for the ring, or a big elaborate proposal? It doesn't have to even be public, but just elaborate, something that you would love for the one night. So go to the social medias at the Ace TJ Show and let us know if you got thoughts on that.
Get Ace and TJ anytime, anywhere, at your convenience with the Ace and TJ Show podcast. Available wherever you get podcasts. More Ace and TJ is next.
If you're so frustrated because you're having to run around all the time, you're so busy, you feel like you're not getting your family something great to eat, then you need Culver's. It's the perfect thing for you. Always made to order, fresh, hot ingredients all day, every day.
And not only do they have the freshest ingredients all day, every day, but they are a part of the community. They're proud to be a part of the Indian Trail community where they're under new ownership. Belmont, University area, Salisbury. Make them a part of your daily routine. Make it your new neighborhood spot. Short waits for the freshest food in town. Get details at acetj.com/Culvers.
As a proven leader in managed IT services, CompuCom delivers innovative solutions designed for how you work today. They'll help you deliver results no matter where you are on your digital transformation journey. It's all at CompuCom. Go to CompuCom.com to find out more.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
The United States truly is a special place.
The land of the free.
A real melting pot of cultures from all over the world.
Where men, women, and children are given the opportunity to pursue their own little slice of life, liberty, and happiness.
And what better way to celebrate our rich history than with some sweet President's Day furniture deals?
Right now you can save up to $200 on select queen beds. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Share Funny is now a little bit extra. Don't miss the Extra Funny podcast, live every weekday on the Ace and TJ Family app or anytime wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So that Tech D Rob is always talking about going to the movies. And I don't mean going to the movies when you say you're going to watch a movie and you call it going to the movies. I'm talking about he goes to movies at theaters all the time. He's even got a special a pass that he bought. He buys for it's good for a year, where he goes to movies all throughout the year and he just flashes his VIP badge or whatever it is. And he was talking about this morning going to an old movie. They're showing an old movie at a theater.
It's the 2021 release, I think.
Yeah,
but it's re-releasing because at the end of this month the sequel comes out.
Okay, so how many theaters are showing this?
I don't know specifically, but I know most of the AMC's in the area are doing it at least.
Okay, and it's called Dune. Dune what?
D-U-N-E, Dune.
Dune.
Like a sand dune.
All right, sounds interesting. But here's my question. Now, you and Riggins and Alexis have explained to us, as our only millennial friends, that when you watch stuff at home, you have to have subtitles on with it, no matter whether it's in English or whether it's in some other foreign language that shouldn't even be in American TV.
Right.
Do you get to pick that you go to a movie on the big screen that has subtitles? Or how do you make it in a movie that doesn't have subtitles?
It's a little rough, but it's a little bit louder in a theater than it would be at my home. So I can hear it a little bit better, at least.
It's a little rough. Do you have a hearing problem?
No, I don't think so. But it's just like, I don't know. Sometimes the movies don't have good, processing on their vocals, and some people you can't. And also, usually at home, I'm not just watching TV.
Right. So Riggins, you don't go to the theater because you don't like it, so you don't have that problem.
I couldn't even tell you.
No, you don't go. But you know what my theory on that is, Brother Ace? Why the millennials have to have subtitles all the time?
I would love to know.
I think it's because they are the first generation that was raised completely with advanced technology as to what it is now.
Yeah.
And they just hate having a piece of technology available to them that they're not using.
Okay.
Because knowing that you have the ability to punch a button on your remote control and make words pop up on the screen so you can read it and hear it at the same time, I think is some of that is a subconscious thing about not letting a piece of technology go to waste.
I'm fascinated by the idea that in the theater, you're having a difficult time hearing what's going on, because a lot of times in the theater I feel like I'm being blasted. It's like, good Lord, that's loud.
Every once in a while at the theaters I go to, they'll do a normal movie, but it will have subtitles on it. And if that's an option, I'm going with that one every time.
Really? In the theater, where the only thing you have to do is sit there in the dark, and which is part of the fun of the theater, is just being absorbed and lost in this movie, just lock in on this thing. And I will still have a hard time with it.
I will say I don't necessarily always read the subtitles, but I like to have them there in case I miss something.
Yeah. Now, another thing that I will say is that if you have a hard time hearing the dialogue on the TV that you're watching, I can kind of understand that, but that's a problem with the idiots who don't know how to mix the music with the dialogue. They got the music too loud. It's like when you're trying to watch a demonstration that somebody has posted on Instagram and they put music behind it. And, it's like, say, for example, they're showing how to make, a crock pot chicken. And they put Bust a Move underneath it. And MC, what's his name? Young MC is just rapping all over the top of them trying to talk because they don't know what they're doing. I think that happens a lot in new television programs.
I would agree. I
find myself what, but I won't turn on subtitles. I refuse. That's foreign, and I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. I will if I can't hear it and it's frustrating enough. I'll turn it off and go to something else. Won't watch it.
You're saying, TJ, even in English, subtitles is foreign.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Just like saying bum and waiting in a queue and all of that. I don't do that.
I love waiting in the queue.
Oh man! Well, then you need to go to England if you want to wait in a queue.
Remember, even in English, subtitles is foreign.
Yeah, I would say if I got to go to all of that and you got to make me change the way I view things, as far as principles, then I'm just not watching your show. I'll go pick something else.
I agree. If it's that difficult, I wouldn't do it either.
You're not going to get me to cave.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
I'm going to recap everything for you coming up in the Week in Review.
Missed part of the show? Just download it. Get the Ace and TJ podcast on any platform. More of the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show is coming up.